Boom. All right, what's going on, you guys? It's Royce Jacob. Welcome back to the channel. In this video, I want to talk to you about why I personally believe we've finally seen a short-term top in our beloved stocks, Riot blockchain and Marathon Patent Group. But more importantly, just like yesterday's Bitcoin pullback video, what my downside price targets for these two are, where I believe these pullbacks could potentially lead to, and what levels I'll personally be comfortable reestablishing an even bigger and better Riot and Mara position at a cheaper price. Okay, so I'm excited to get into this with you guys. Again, corrections are a healthy part of a bull market. I'll keep saying that over the course of this bull market because it's true. Okay, we've rallied so hard, we've ripped so long, we've made our gains, and now it's time to not get greedy, get rational, be real, be a responsible trader, or whatever you are. Don't trade whatever you want to do. But I personally believe we're about to see a significant pullback, and I want to share with you guys the levels once again that I'll be comfortable establishing a bigger and badder position in these two beautiful stocks. Okay, so let's get into it. As always, we'll go over each topic that we're going to be discussing, and then we'll dive into each one individually. In front of us, of course, trading view. This is the biggest part. The charts tell all in bull markets like this. Okay, so we will of course be taking a look at Riot blockchain and Marathon Patent Group on the chart today. Both had an amazing day, up double digits. Riot closing the day up 17.84%. Mara closing the day up over 30%. Crazy day for both of these. I think Mara was up over 40% at one point during the day. So great days. But as you can see here on the watch list, the reason I have BTC and ETH up here, Bitcoin and Ether, are pulling back as I record this video. And you guys, it's pretty inevitable, especially considering tomorrow is Friday. I've said this many times before. I'll say it again if some of you happen to be new around here. Fridays, if you guys are newer to the markets, Fridays tend to be the most volatile day, especially if a stock has been ripping all week. Friday is usually the day you will see a significant sell-off because traders are going to want to exit their positions prior to the weekend. Okay, so because Bitcoin's pulling back, it only makes sense to me that Riot and Mara will likely see a pullback tomorrow. So you guys, many of you know, as I said in yesterday's video, if you guys watched it, that I sold a lot of my Riot and Mara positions yesterday, and it hurts. And that's why I want to go over this with you guys before we dive into the charts and let you guys know where these targets are specifically. Again, you guys have a hint right off the bat about my Riot price targets. Mara looks very similar. I'll explain to you guys why that is still though. But again, before we get into the charts, I do want to go over the intro to this morning's newsletter because it pretty much sums up all of my thoughts, all of the emotions and just thoughts that were racing through my head this morning, considering I did sell a pretty significant portion of my Riot and Mara position yesterday, and then they ripped today. Okay, so again, I'm sharing with you guys my journey. I'm sharing with you guys the psychological aspects of trading bull markets like this, because especially if you're new guys, the psychological aspects of how you handle trades and how you handle your emotions in a volatile market are so important, not only for right now, but for the long term. Okay, so I'll share this with you guys because I truly do feel that there are principles in here that can be valuable to you in the future. So we will read through just the intro. Big shout out to the newsletter portfolio group. As always, love you guys. We won't show, of course, we won't get into the positions and whatnot and the other analyses, but do want to read through the intro. It is a lengthy intro, so please bear with me or don't. Either way, I'm going to read it because again, I believe it's valuable. So we'll go over that. And you know what? Let's just go over that now. Let's get straight into it. Oh baby, we are in a bull market. The crypto sector will of course be our primary focus today. As many of you know, I feel that we're about to see a short-term top in Bitcoin, which means it's likely we could see a short-term top in BTC related plays as well. As many of you also know, I sold a solid chunk of my Riot and Mara position yesterday. These two are both up over 25% today. It hurts, feels bad. I've been in this position many times, and although it stings, I want to emphasize days like this because they are an inevitable part of this game, and it's important to internalize situations like this. Trust me, they'll come around a lot if you stick around. Yeah, it sucks that I missed out on tens of thousands of dollars. Definitely sucks. At the same time, though, I stuck to my plan, and I feel good about the fact that I made what I feel was a responsible decision regarding my positions. So again, many of you guys who have been following this journey, who have been watching these Riot Mara videos, know that I've had this plan in place for a while, and I stuck to my plan. I executed on what I set out to do. I took some profits. I made crazy gains. A lot of in all honesty, a lot of the calls that I had closed out over the past couple of days, some were up over 3,000%. That's crazy. But that's just, again, that's how long we've been in this game. And I'm not getting greedy. I'm being rational. I'm doing my best to be a good trader, good responsible trader, because I've gotten greedy in the past and it bites you in the ass. Excuse my profanity if any kids are watching. I doubt that. But again, you guys, don't get greedy. It's very easy to get greedy in markets like this. And I go on to say that catching tops and bottoms perfectly is a fool's errand. It's something no individual will ever master. You just have to do your best to optimize as best you can. It can be very easy to get greedy in this market. It's so true, especially when your favorite plays are ripping, people are FOMOing in, and it feels like the party is never going to end. That's when things get dangerous. That's when stocks and assets can see big, fat red candles. That's the feeling I currently have. It's a bad sign when literally everyone and their mom is talking about Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. We saw the exact same thing back in 2017, and we're seeing it now. History doesn't repeat itself, but it does rhyme. So again, you guys, you look at every major news outlet. CNBC released like 6 videos today. Bitcoin going to the moon, Bitcoin 100K, Bitcoin 200K. Everybody's talking about it. I saw Logan Paul just had a guy talking about Bitcoin on his podcast. That's when the red flag, that's when in my mind at least, the red flags turn on, and it's like, okay, we're getting to peak hype. We're getting to peak FOMO right now. Everyone wants in. And that's usually when the smart money starts to exit out, because you can smell that peak, you smell that top. And again, if you've been in this position before, I've been in this position many times, you just kind of instinctively know when it's the top. It's time. It's a combination of many factors in the macroeconomic space that do signal these in my mind. And again, I'm sniffing the top, and once we look at the charts, we'll see what Bitcoin's doing right now, because it might be even more significantly down than it was before we started reading this. But again, guys, just understand corrections are a healthy part, but they're definitely going to happen. Again, guys, I've played many bull markets. I keep beating myself to the words. And corrections are a healthy part of a bull market. Get the weak hands out of here. Make room for a strong hands. Let me tell you guys right off the bat, profits have been taken. I have dry powder at the ready. When this pullback comes, I'm going to strike. I feel like a shark waiting for those first drops of blood in the water, a shark with a lot of cash. Let's get into price targets. Not going to get into those, of course, again, out of respect for the portfolio group. But again, you guys, I got cash on hand. I took my profits. It was a little early, day early. But hey, that's okay. You're never going to catch the tops perfectly. Never beat yourself up over a day loss. Again, I literally lost tens, maybe even you can get into the 6-figure losses today. But that is okay. That's okay. There's always going to be more opportunities out there. Money's in everything. I'm lucky to have you guys. I'm lucky to have this community, because that makes it way more fun for me. Again, the money is a numbers game at some point, in all reality, but this is what makes it fun, is experiencing this with you guys. And I'm sorry that this has gone on a little long. I know a lot of you may just want to see the price targets and stuff, but again, I hope you enjoyed this. I really did feel like I put a lot of time into writing this, and I really do hope you enjoyed it. Okay, so obviously have to do the plug before we get into the charts. If you want one of those bad boys in your inbox every trading day during market hours, every morning, spend so much time on those. I do take a lot of pride in them. Please check out my complete portfolio daily newsletter. First link in the description. You get those. You get a whole bunch of analyses that I had under that. Again, crypto's exciting right now, but we're seeing crypto pull back. I'm super bullish on some other plays. And shout out to the newsletter group. Please don't spoil those plays down below. If you were thinking about it, I don't see why you would, but please don't. A lot of other exciting things going on right now. Crypto still exciting. Crypto will continue to be exciting. But again, in every bull market, you get the ups and downs. Like life, like everything else in life, it ebbs and flows. There's ups and downs, and that's just the reality. So if you want to know exactly what I'm trading, what I'm looking at, what I'm excited about, aside from crypto and Riot and Mara and Bitcoin related stocks and everything, yeah, check out my complete portfolio daily newsletter. First link down in the description. So I appreciate it if you do. If not, no worries though. Also, please give the video a like if you go on to gain value from it. Subscribe to the channel if you're new around here, want to catch more content like this, and that will be it. So let's get into these charts. All right, so I'm sure many of you watched the Riot Mara video, my upside price targets from a few days ago. See, you guys, this is how fast things happen. These stocks have just been absolutely ripping. And in all honesty, you guys know this if you watched that. My Riot and Mara both blew straight through my price targets that I set a few days ago. And again, that's okay. But that just makes it what goes up must come down. And I do think these are due for a correction. So my price target, Riot blasted right through the top line of resistance on this long-term ascending channel, which is, from a technical perspective, extremely, extremely bullish. Okay, so I'm not discounting the fact that these could continue to rally objectively. It would make sense because this Riot just broke out of a very long-term line of resistance, a strong line of resistance on this ascending channel. It did technically break out. It is still technically above that ascending channel, so it is technically in a breakout. But again, Bitcoin's down right now. I think we will see a correction in Bitcoin. That's a primary reason I believe we will ultimately see a correction in Riot Blockchain and Marathon Patent Group. So Riot, again, reaching a high of almost $25 today. It's crazy, you guys. We were trading Riot at freaking 90 cents earlier this year. So it's crazy to see how far we've come. But again, all good things do come to an end. Luckily for Riot and Mar, it's only going to be temporary. This is only a temporary pullback because I'm, of course, very, very long-term bullish on these on both of these plays. So again, top side, I'm not even going to cover that anymore. You guys know the deal there. They both reached $25. One more thing, just to pat ourselves on the back. We've been talking about how Riot and Mar have been playing catch-up for a long time, and they straight up did exactly that today. Mar was up significantly more than Riot today. They're both closing almost at the exact same levels. They both peaked at about the exact same levels. And again, you guys, every time I said they're playing like cat and mouse, they're playing a game of catch-up, it's always speculative. But this just speaks to putting hundreds of hours into your craft and the ability to trust your instinct when you've put so much time into your craft. And we've been, in this case, when I spent so much time just staring at charts, especially Riot and Mar, and seeing how they act together, it played out exactly as we expected. So shout out to the Waves fam. We all crushed it with that call. Anyway, downside price targets, let's get to them. So for Riot, my first downside price target is at about $13.50 depending on when it hits it. I assume this pullback is going to range anywhere from 7 to 10 days. Again, you guys, we saw like 3 weeks up. Just a rule of thumb, again, you guys, this is just instinct, me saying this could absolutely not play out exactly like this, but I do just suspect it to expect it to play out a similar way. If you see 3 weeks up, you'll see a week and a half down. Cut the rally by 50%, and that's usually the pullback. So we saw about 3 weeks up. We'll probably see 7 to 10 days on the downside, see a pullback. Because again, people are going to get scared. Once it starts dropping, people get scared, people flood out, and it's going to take some time to rebuild some of that confidence around the stock, although it's obviously there. People are emotional. The market is emotional, and that's why it's so important to stay rational and keep your feet grounded, keep your head on straight at times like these, because it's easy to be euphoric during the up times. Again, like I said, you feel like these stocks will just keep ripping forever, but that's not the reality, and that's not what smart traders and smart investors do. Okay. So downside price target, first one is at $13.50-ish, $13.50, $14 region, depending on when it hits. Again, I do expect it to hit somewhere around January 15th, mid-January. It's the 8th. Tomorrow is the 8th. A week from the 8th is the 15th. Say it plays out a week. My price target, if we pull back down to these levels, is $13.50. Say we hit a little later on the 22nd, it's going to be $14.50. But the reason this is in place is because, or this price target is in place, of course, is, you guys, I say so much of this and forget to explain like the base of it. I'm sorry about that. So the reason that this is my first price target is because this is the bottom line of support on this ascending channel. So you can see here, this cyan line, which was initially my top side price target for Riot, is on the top side of this ascending channel, this beam-like ascending channel. It's actually more of a beam ascending channel, which does mean that the fall is going to be a little bit harder, okay, because it's going like that. It's not going like that. It's going like that, okay? So I do expect us to come back down into this ascending channel, ultimately test the bottom side of this ascending channel using all three of these points of contact. I'm sure you guys can see that. And again, that would bring us down to the 1350 region for Riot. All right. I personally will be comfortable establishing more of a Riot position around that area. Let's do the same thing we did yesterday, do a price range. So from the top, I mean, let's just do it from where we're at now at like 2270-ish. What the heck was that? No, I don't want that. Price range. No, price range. Is that the price range? Oh, sorry. No, I thought I had the price range up. My bad. So anyway, just from top, never mind. We'll just go from top to here is a 45% correction. And again, Bitcoin, we called for a 40% correction in Bitcoin at 24K. It would make sense as well that Riot sees something similar, maybe a little more extreme because it's a more volatile asset. A 45% correction would make perfect sense to me. That is, again, see those all the time in bull markets and bubbles. This is not a bubble, this is a bull market, but things can get pretty bubbly and FOMO-y, and you guys get the point here. So 45% correction would not, it would not surprise me in the least. I'm obviously expecting it, and I personally will be very comfortable establishing a pretty significant Riot position around $13.50, $14 again. $14, I'll probably be pretty comfortable. And on the bottom side, if we do choose to correct a little more, if this does get a little uglier, I think we could see this long-term, this red line right here, which is actually, if you zoom out, it seems like forever ago, you guys, this is how long we've been following Riot, is this very long-term line of what was resistance on this very long-term uptrend that once we broke out of really catalyzed this huge parabolic rally that we've seen starting at the end of November. So November 24th, we broke out of this long-term line of resistance using these highs as points of contact, and that is again what catalyzed this huge move up from $7, from $7.50. It's crazy, you guys. $7.50 to $25, almost a 4x just in like a month's time. And yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if that comes back into play on the low ends. Again, what was a significant line of resistance historically on a long-term trend will likely play out on that same trend as a new line of support. Okay, so I definitely won't be surprised to see this. I don't know if we will see it, just because, again, the fundamentals are so strong surrounding Bitcoin and the cryptocurrency space right now. But it wouldn't surprise me to see Riot come down here if we tested it at the end of January 25th. If this pullback does last a couple weeks, say, that would take us down to about $8.50, okay? And if that happens, I'm once again irresponsibly bullish on Riot. I've lost my irresponsible bullishness on Riot. I'm now a little irresponsibly bearish on Riot. I'm just kidding. I'm never going to be irresponsibly bearish on Riot. But we get down to 850, you guys. I'm putting all the chips in. I'm grabbing a fat bag of Riot, and yeah, that's actually super exciting to me if we see an $8.50 Riot, and to be honest, I'm hoping for it. So let's hope we see that. Still, I would be happy with a 1350 Riot as well. I will likely establish a small position around here. We'll see. I'm not sure. It depends how the charts are going to look. And we'll also come down here to, again, if we come down to 850, chips are in. Okay, Riot, Mara, again, both of these play out similarly. And what we've observed, you guys, I'm sure most of you have noticed this, is Riot and Mara, although they do play a catch-up, they straight up sealed that deal today and proved that to us. The pullback levels are very, like right here, this lower line, this line of support on this uptrend, on this ascending channel, this previous ascending channel for Mara comes to about 1350. This absolute bottom for this overall channel. This is actually, I think Mara is more likely to come down to like the 750 region. So Mara could actually see a more significant pullback. Okay, so I'm going to zoom this out a little bit, and you can see here Mara is using, like, since this initial rally catalyzed, since it kicked off, we see this is the first low. This is the second low that creates the ultimate long-term line of support on this uptrend. Okay, so Mara, if you thought Riot's ascending channel was a little beam-like, was a little whop, Mara's is like a freaking shark mouth. Okay, Mars is wide open. So Mara, I think, could see a more significant drop, in all honesty, because Mara has proven to be a more volatile stock. Riot has seen crazy gains, but Riot's chart is a little easier to read because it's following more traditional technical patterns. Its movements are less sporadic, and that's why I personally actually like Riot more. You guys know I'm a Riot fanboy. I've been in Riot for so long. But Mara, again, has seen crazy gains, has seen crazy ups, but with those sporadic gains, again, with that volatility comes volatility to the downside as well. So I wouldn't be surprised, actually, if Mara, again, I think Mara is more likely than Riot to come down to these single digits again. If we see that, say, again, January 22nd, close to the end of January, this pullback lasts a couple weeks, we could see around an $8 Mara. And again, 850 was our lower level on Riot. $8 would make sense on Mara. If we come down to $8, same as Riot, chips are in. I'm buying a fat bag. But also I would be fairly comfortable accumulating around the $13 region as well. So Mara, I'm not even going to do the price thing, just because, again, it's so similar. These are playing out so similarly. So I think if we do happen to see a pullback, you know what, in Mara, if we come over here and bounce and go sideways for a little bit, that would scare me a little bit, because that would then create a head and shoulders pattern, which would also incline me to believe that we will see that further pullback to $8. Again, you guys, there's so many factors at play here. I'm doing my best to kind of rationalize my thoughts here, but this is very dependent on how long Bitcoin's pullback lasts, how long that's pretty much it, how long the cryptocurrency sector's pullback lasts, because, again, guys, it could be 7 days, it could be 10 days, it could be 14 days. I don't think it'll be longer. I don't think it'll be longer than 2 weeks, just again, intuitively. But You never know. We are in a bull market. It's all speculation at this point. Again, I do my best to utilize all of the historical data and all the knowledge I've accumulated over the years playing these types of markets to share with you guys. But at the end of the day, I'm just a guy. I don't know. Like we've made a lot of good calls, but I've made a lot of bad calls too. So again, please take everything that I'm saying with a grain of salt. Again, these are emotional markets. You can't read emotion. You can only do your best to translate a little bit. Okay, so to close that out, bottom side price target for both Riot and Mara, 1350. I'm personally comfortable creating a position around those levels, but again, we'll see how the tape plays out, see how things play out, and maybe $8 will be in the cards. So in all honesty, I don't know how much I'm going to be, because if Riot and Mara's pulling back, I don't know how much I'm going to be covering them. These videos have been getting a lot of traction just objectively as a YouTuber. I look at that kind of stuff. So I know these videos have been doing well. I know you guys want to see them. But honestly, I don't know how much I'll cover this pullback. Like this video is here. This video is for here. Will be here for you guys to reference if you want to watch it, screenshot this, do whatever you want over the course of this pullback. Of course, I will keep the newsletter and portfolio group updated on all my positions. I'll be a little more probably day to day, every other day or so, analysis on Riot and Mara, just keeping checked in on what's going on here. But yeah, again, there's a lot, like I said in the beginning, you guys, there's a lot of other plays that I'm excited about right now that I'm looking forward to making videos. Been talking a lot of crypto. As you guys know, I trade a lot of things if you guys have been around here for a while. So I'm excited about other things. I do want to make some other videos next week regarding other assets. So Riot and Mara might be on the back burner for a little bit. But yeah, you guys just keep this for future reference. I always recommend you guys draw these on your charts. It's easy enough. You guys can, again, screenshot this, do it on your own charts, keep track of it. And again, you guys, I want to teach you guys. I don't want to tell you guys what to do. I don't want you guys to just rely on me. I want to teach you guys so you can apply this to the future when I'm no longer here, and when the days are gone, you got the skills, you got the talent to execute by yourself. That's the deal. Okay, so I think we will call it there, you guys. But this was a fun ride for Riot and Mara for now. Of course, I'm going to be following these two over the rest of the year. You guys know I'm so bullish on these guys over the duration of 2021. So I'm super excited to continue to cover these. Again, this pullback is only temporary. And you guys repeat after me. Pullbacks are corrections are a healthy part of every bull market. All right, so keep your hands strong, trade it if you want, to each their own, do whatever you want to do. I hope you guys like that. Please like the video if you're still here, throw some hundreds in the chat if you are still here, you made it all the way through. And yeah, I look forward to talking to you guys down in the comments below. Let me know what you think about everything that's going on right now, because I like talking to you guys about everything. This is the community, this is the Waves fam. So talk about whatever you want downstairs. I'll catch you down there. Until next time, guys, always remember, take action, make waves. Peace.